Hello, Steve Miller here, FloridaDivorceMe.com, flying through the air, headed to mediation in Broward County, Florida. Mediation is that court-ordered settlement conference that everybody has to go to prior to going to a final hearing. Statistically, about 98% of all cases we take to mediation settle at mediation completely. If one or more issues don't get resolved at mediation, then you get to make a trip to your friendly circuit court judge, who I assure you will get issues resolved. This particular case has a couple of interesting problems. Property issues are generally always simple to resolve. There are two children in this case. Mom believes that dad has a drug problem. She's checked him into rehab and in fact paid for rehab not too long ago. Also, dad doesn't seem to have a stable place to live. Mom's not sure who he's living with, where he's living, whether he's got adequate facilities to take care of the children. So those are the big issues in this particular case. And keep in mind, the court really is not concerned with your property, your debt, or anything like that. The court is absolutely concerned with the best interests of your children, and so should you and your lawyer going into mediation and going into a final hearing. We want dad in this case to submit to reasonable drug testing, probably hair follicle testing, because urine tests can be feigned. Mom says dad carries around urine with him. Believe it or not, he was in the Coast Guard. So we want to avoid that. So we're going to insist on a hair follicle test. We're also going to insist on making sure that we have all of the information with regards to dad, where he lives, who he lives with, that sort of thing. When you go to mediation, you got to make really sure that you talk about all of these issues with your lawyer. That it's your lawyer's responsibility to get the information out of you that they need, so that when you get to mediation, you can have a meaningful mediation. And when we're talking about a meaningful mediation, it doesn't mean that your lawyer tries to jam something down your throat and settle a case. It doesn't mean that the mediator tries to jam something down your throat to settle a case. It means that your lawyer has listened to you, you have made reasonable requests of the other side, that you and your lawyer have the power of your convictions and are prepared to go see a circuit court judge if reasonable demands, for lack of a better word, aren't met. And in this particular case, the demands are reasonable. Make sure that you control your case. It's your case, it's your family, it's your life. Make sure that you have the best interests of your children at heart when you go into mediation, and don't do something that you think are not in the best interest of your children. Because if you do, and if there's a problem, don't go back to the judge 6 months later and says, gosh, there was a problem 6 months ago and I didn't do anything about it. Not good. Take care of the problem now. Have the power of your convictions. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you and your lawyer set goals before you go into mediation. It's all about preparation. If you have a question, if you have a case, if you have a mediation, if you have any conflict in any family law matter throughout the state of Florida, call me, Stephen D. Miller, FloridaDivorceMe.com. Thanks very much.